Hey, what's up, YouTube? I am back on YouTube with Michael Paul,
How you doing?
and we had some sad news to tell you.
All right, well, in a minute. Hold on.
Actually, two sad news.
Hold on. God damn it. fuck you. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I said. Fuck you. Shit.
Welcome, everybody. This is Tyrell Ventura with Dive Coach Ben Witt. Here to talk a little Midtown.
Okay. Would you mind grabbing one for me, please?
Okay.
Would you mind grabbing one of my monsters for me, please?
Sure.
Hi again, everyone.
Actually, the floor is wet, Michael.
Well, shit.
Anyways. Still alive.
Alright, we're live. We're 15 minutes in. Sorry, I was going through some email. Hi, Michael Paul with John Batcher. Good night, as always, to my girls, Christy, Crystal, Megan, Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin. I love you all. Mwah. I will see you tomorrow. Sad to report the death of Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, and apparently I just found out as well went to air, exotic Adrian Street has now passed. So very sad losses in entertainment and wrestling. But we'll go now to
Monday Night Raw.
I don't know where they're at, but
Houston, Texas.
oh, Houston, Texas.
Your subtitles on, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Sure enough.
And Corey Graves with 5 days before the biggest party of the summer. Tonight promises to be absolutely epic. No doubt about it. After the Hellions from Hades, the Judgment Day carved the path of destruction across Raw last week. Several superstars are seeking revenge.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Here.
So,
Kick off Raw with H-Town going viral. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Logan Paul! A man with a plan, that is for sure. Just last week on Monday Night Raw, the moves around the arena, by the way, Logan Paul left Ricochet waiting for him in the ring. And the global sensation, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Paul. The night, the scintillating Ricochet. Houston, Texas. Please allow me, WWE superstar Logan Paul, to welcome you to Monday Night Raw. Look, I have this thing where I don't really like talking in front of brain dead people for too long. So I'll go ahead and make this quick. I'm not here for y'all. I'm here for Ricochet. Last week on Raw, I attempted to introduce. As I was saying, I attempted to introduce Ricochet to my audience, who is nothing like this horrible crowd in Texas. All I wanted to do was showcase Ricochet's amazing athleticism, build some hype around our match this Saturday at SummerSlam.
I don't know if we're going to watch that
But
because
then,
that following Saturday
I'll
is the
sneak
return
attack.
of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
That's right.
the abuse.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, guest referee
And
for
while I was
CM
down,
Punk, and
Ricochet
Ricky
started to
Starks
make a spectacle
this
out of the whole
Saturday
thing.
in Greenville, South Carolina.
The whole thing! I said the whole thing!
But even if we don't, we'll bring you
So this
results
Saturday
of
at SummerSlam.
SummerSlam throughout the night.
You can forget about a fight. Because I am going to beat Ricochet in the most viral WWE match in history. There is nothing I won't do. Last week it was Ricochet who got the last laugh. Now, the highlight of the night offered a little soap for the wound for Mr. Paul. Wait. Logan, what's going on, man? Wait. What's going on? I mean, last week I was in your live stream. Great live stream. All-time live stream. But this week I'm in your head. Because, okay, we've seen you do this over and over again. You come out here and you try to spin the story in order to make yourself look like the good guy. But I hate to break it to you, homie. You're not the good guy in this situation. Because, listen, you can fool the people who pay to follow you online, but you're not fooling Houston. My content is free. But look, you did actually say one thing that's true. Out of all the crap that's spewed out of your mouth, you did say one thing that was correct. Our match at SummerSlam, it will be box office. It will be all time. That is the truth. But before that happens, I need to say something. Now, while I might not like anything about you, and I think that you are a horrible human being, they do too. But if there's one thing, Logan, if there's one thing that I can respect, it is that You are an athlete. You are a competitor. You are an amazing showman. And if there's something that Ricochet can respect, I can always respect that. You know what? You know what? I really appreciate that, Ricochet. I'm serious. I really appreciate that. And if we're being honest here, yeah, I'll admit it. Ricochet, you are one of the greatest to ever do it. Until I showed up. Come on, baby. Hey, you and I, we're not so different. Brother, sometimes we even think alike. No, we do, Ricochet. We think alike. Bro, this thing between us, this didn't start back in Money in the Bank. This started way earlier this year at the Royal Rumble when I made us go viral in that epic double jump spot. In case you missed it, roll the clip. You're right. You were viral moment for sure. Yeah, I really got it, don't I? Hey, but you're right, brother. You're right. You and I are gonna put on a hell of a match. Put it there, pal.
Blah, 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 Logan Paul. Shut up and let Ricochet whoop your ass.
There he is. Oh, Ricochet, one more thing before you go. After the match on Saturday, the ring announcer is going to announce the winner of the match, right? And that ring announcer over there, Samantha Irvin. Hi, Samantha. That's your fiance, right?
Oh.
That's what I thought. So yeah, Ricochet, after I beat you at SummerSlam, I hope there's no hard feelings when I have your girl saying, and the winner is Logan Paul.
Oh, screw you, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, get him, Ricochet. Get him.
Yeah.
Logan
Gee,
Paul says he's the one being victimized.
That's a place you don't go.
Paul turns
Just
the
like when
tables.
Charlotte,
Can't overlook Logan
Paige,
Paul's impressive wrestling
Saraya, whatever the
background,
fuck her name is, they were talking about Reed Flair. You don't go there.
Logan can't keep up. For the first time in his life, Logan Paul may have met his physical match in Ricochet. Ricochet.
Oh my God.
Good night, Ricochet. That titanium reinforced right hand of Logan Paul strikes again. And if it lands this Saturday in Detroit at Ford Field, well, that may go viral for a whole different set of reasons that Ricochet is not going to be very happy about. I believe you're talking to Samantha Irvin like that. That's low. Ricochet is going to be fired up. Go SummerSlam on Saturday.
Yeah, I can do that too, Logan
Remember
Paul.
the Scottish Warrior last week on Monday Night Raw. SummerSlam opponents, we saw Drew McIntyre go face to face with Gunther. I mean,
and the Intercon
table. How about that from the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ludwig Kaiser, Giovanni Vinci, Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther. Gunther, in a few days at SummerSlam, you'll defend your title. Do you have any concerns at all, given how unstoppable Drew McIntyre has looked since he came back?
I don't live in the past. I live in the here and now. And my only concern right now is disappointment with you. Because you could have prevented all of this last week. Don't get me started with Gio. I'd expect more, especially from you. See, tonight, I will take care of Drew McIntyre myself. But I heard he has other commitments, so he's not here. So tonight is the night where Ludwig Kaiser has the chance to redeem himself against that barefooted, meddling maggot, Matt Riddle. Following that, come SummerSlam this Saturday, I personally will end Drew McIntyre once and for all. Continental Champion on a mission this coming Saturday. Seems like there's a little trouble in paradise if you're Ludwig Kaiser or Giovanni Vinci.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 216 pounds, the original Bro, Matt Riddle!
Well, every time Riddle has been knocked down by Imperium, he's picked himself back up. Will Ludwig Kaiser redeem himself in the eyes of the menacing Gunther by taking down the original Pro? What a match we've got in store here. Kicking off Monday Night Raw. Watch out!
That must have been a
Kangaroos
friend or a
in
relative.
Texas! Riddle, Kaiser,
When Riddle
next.
hugged that guy in the audience.
Front. Oh, I remember this Ric Flair right here, Michael.
Hold on. Hold on a minute.
All right.
Monday Night Raw. It's
Music Rock, I want you to do the Nature Boy.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Would you mind grabbing one of my monsters for me,
Sure.
please?
All right, back.
Woo!
Styling and profiling Nature Boy Ric Flair.
And
Woo!
favorite two folks from the Vanguard, Gavin and Zach. Always a pleasure having you guys on. So yeah, let's get your first reactions, or probably not your first reactions, but that's probably the 10 to 12 reactions. But what do you guys feel after last night?
So as the results started to trickle in last night, Zach and I were live on our show, keeping track of.
No, I ain't watching Raw tonight.
All right, sorry, we had to leave the room, take care of something. Now we'll get back to
Check it out after Monday Night Raw, becoming Cody Rhodes. Really must-see TV, and I have a feeling we've got a knockdown, drag-out fight on our hands when these two tie up.
You know what pisses me off about that? Well, there's good news and bad news. I'm thrilled that they're doing this show on Cody Rhodes because I think it's actually the first original documentary they've done since they went over to Peacock. But I'm pissed that it airs after Raw, which means I won't be up. What goes on Peacock stays on Peacock. So it'll be there tomorrow. God.
Last-minute marching orders for his charge with Big Kaiser. The Intercontinental Champion preparing for a showdown of his own this coming Saturday in Detroit. We are just 5 days away. It truly is the party of the summer where the Ring General, the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion this century, Gunther, who put his championship on the line against the man he says is riding his coattails of success.
Yeah, we know.
It's the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. Continental Champion looking on. Make no mistake about it, Ludwig Kaiser absolutely possesses the skill set to top Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle has an extensive amateur and mixed martial arts background that he'll certainly use. These two are familiar with one another. Kaiser, however, I think has a few wrinkles in his game he has yet to show the rest of the roster, let alone the WWE universe. But Corey, think about what's going through the mind of Ludwig Kaiser right now. You remember when you were younger, you were in trouble with your parents, but when they were disappointed in you, that was even worse. Now imagine the Ring General Gunther says he's disappointed in Ludwig Kaiser. I perpetually disappoint my parents to this very day. I'm famous. Kaiser now teeing off on Matt Riddle in the corner. Oh. Strong forearm right between the shoulder blades of Riddle.
Honestly, at this point,
so motivated.
AEW, so the only reason I'm watching this is because AEW is not on Monday nights.
Well, understand, in the point of view of it,
the minute AEW goes to Monday,
everything that takes place inside of the ropes is sacred. Gunther is out to raise the profile of the entire sports entertainment industry and his own, of course. Nice side headlock takeover by Matt Riddle. No way out for Riddle. And let's be perfectly honest, the fact that Matt Riddle is out here competing barefooted, like some kind of lunatic, with three of the most highly skilled individuals in the game. Hang on, Cobra, look at this, and Matt Riddle out just in time. Is insulting to Gunther. Oh, what it does for someone of the combat sports background, and Matt Riddle gets closer to the surface, more in control. Of course, Matt Riddle, it's worked for him extremely well for his entire career. I'm not questioning Riddle's choice. I'm just trying to explain why Gunther doesn't see it in the best of lights. Gunther just days now away from Saturday Showdown at SummerSlam with Drew McIntyre. Oh my goodness, I think Riddle might have. I think Kaiser might be on Dream Street right
Outside
now.
of the ring.
Jab, Riddle, Rob Kaiser.
You remember who
Riddle's in a suplex. My God.
Clyde
Kaiser's feeling
faced him.
I didn't watch Dark. Well, yeah, not on TV, but like right there when I'm watching it.
Okay, great. That's not what I asked.
No, I didn't see who was on Dark Side. Oh yeah.
And they mentioned
Post shoulder
Oh,
first, and
it's
now
about
Kaiser
next
looking
week,
around.
right?
Oh! My God!
I just
Kaiser began his leap
can't
halfway
think of
across
it
the
right
ring.
I'll come back to it.
Tremendous athleticism. Kaiser now in place. Uppercut wiping out Matt Riddle. Just lighting up the original Pro with a European uppercut. Mismatch strategizing by the ring general and Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser so keen to seek that approval of Gunther. Oh my! Kaiser dumped to the outside, courtesy of Riddle yet again. Not Riddle on the apron. Oh! Soccer style kick of Riddle. The flying blows. It is chaos on the outside. Can Kaiser get back into the good graces of the champion? Monday Night Raw. We're at the sold-out Toyota Center in Houston, Texas tonight, Monday Night Raw. Just 5 days before the party in the summer, SummerSlam from Detroit. Right now, Ludwig Kaiser of Imperium was all tied up by the original Pro. Seemed to be in jeopardy, and quick thinking by Kaiser. Kaiser's really rallied back in this match after a strong showing from Riddle, but here goes the original Pro again. Spark kick by Riddle. Oh! An overhead kick connects. Kaiser again in the ropes. Kaiser now wobbly legs. Here goes not Riddle with a pin right. Exploder suplex. And a Proton. In front of the watching ring general, who said he was disappointed with Ludwig Kaiser. Look at this display of power. Cover for the win now. Can you imagine how humiliating it would be for Ludwig Kaiser as an actual German to be defeated by a German suplex? Never recovered from that. This again. Arms everywhere, flattened into the canvas. Riddle again. A second Proton. Riddle now just enjoying inflicting this beatdown on Kaiser. You gotta think it might derail some momentum, but Imperium. Kaiser got the knees up just in time. Oh! Elbow to the back of the neck. See the mood change on the face of Ludwig Kaiser. Motivated Kaiser, fire in his eyes, but Riddle again never backs away. Riddle firing at barefoot hands. Kaiser roll. Oh, and a big kick. Cover now. Not really, Lizzie. Oh, he kicks it. Call that a Kaiser roll, like someone's getting a cheeseburger off of Kevin.
There you go. Lothar Matthäus would have been better.
I wasn't endorsing it. Kaiser now trying to rally himself, knowing that the ring general is looming large on the outside, as is Giovanni Vinci.
Imagine the pressure on Ludwig Kaiser right now.
The insurmountable Renault knee by the original Bro.
That might do it. If Riddle can get in for the cover here.
A second fisherman suplex by Riddle. No, transitioning into a power slam perhaps.
Giovanni Vinci wants to get involved.
Kaiser.
Riddle has answers. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God. When they do it,
Riddle to put away Ludwig Kaiser and kicks it.
a look of concern washing over the Intercontinental Champion as he witnessed Matt Riddle utilizing a powerbomb, a move near and dear to Gunther, and then capping it off with a knee to the side of Kaiser's face, who somehow was able to beat the count of 3.
We saw Gunther, Vinci, Giovanni Vinci try to get involved. It tells you all about the performance of Matt Riddle here tonight.
Riddle again, hoisting up Kaiser, potentially thinking about Bro Derek, shoulders down, no counter.
Riddle out just in time, quickly back up on their feet.
Wow. Riddle answers with a knee strike of his own.
Riddle has Kaiser red.
And again, Kaiser appears to be down and maybe out. Can Riddle finish the job? Gunther imploring Kaiser to move.
Scouted. Kaiser out just in time. Oh, devastating kick.
Running insecurity by Kaiser. And Gunther has given the order. Oh, DDT. A massive win of the utmost importance for Ludwig Kaiser. The disappointment of the ring general served as a great motivator tonight. Can Gunther continue his momentum this Saturday as he defends his Intercontinental title against Drew McIntyre?
Oh, Corey, I still can't get over what we witnessed 2 weeks ago in the Viking Brawls match. And what a moment it was when Maxine Dupree reclaimed her Letterman jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Motivate. And this sets up tonight beautifully. Look at Maxine Dupree go. Motivated for a very first singles match on Monday Night Raw.
Maxine has been studying under the master Chad Gable and Valhalla. Well, I think she's got to be summoning or channeling those Viking gods of hers, KP. What else do we expect from this one tonight?
That's inside, that's for sure. But in just moments here on Monday Night Raw, the alluring Maxine Dupree, a graduate of the
Sorry to interrupt, but you care to break down?
Excuse me, Logan.
Damn it.
Sorry to interrupt, but you care to break down what happened in the ring between
I'm scared. I'm sorry. I'm scared
Yeah, I'll
of
tell you what.
spilling this.
It's okay.
What happens?
I got it one more
share
time.
a small taste of what's going to happen this
You.
Saturday at SummerSlam. And I promise, this will be one of the most viral matches in the history of WWE. And hey, Ricochet, buddy, what happened, man? I thought you were always one step ahead of me. Look at you now, looking like a full-grown fetus. Get this up. Wow. Reaction from Logan. Well, listen, folks, ahead of the launch of Becoming Cody Rhodes, streaming now on Peacock. Cody's trying TikTok. So, TikTok, what do you want to talk about? At American Nightmare Cody. Go and follow the
I'm gonna go
American
use the
Nightmare.
bathroom. All right, back.
I was thinking about joining TikTok, but it turns out I suck at dancing.
Yeah, right back, Mike.
All right.
Of things, and for the most part, it seemed like it was kind of going as predicted. But as the night went on, it became clear that a lot of the pivotal races that the GOP was really hoping to secure was not going their way. In fact, there was a lot of unexpected Democrat pickups and retentions of seats that they already had, which I wasn't necessarily expected, and they were a lot less close than I had expected. For example, in Kansas, the state that Zach and I live right by, we're in Kansas City on the Missouri side, but we both grew up in Kansas. I was kind of predicting there to be a lot of red momentum there. Obviously, it's a deep red state in the middle of the country, but Laura Kelly, the Democrat governor, hung on to control in Kansas. Sharice Davids, the representative from Zach and his home district, hung on, even though in past midterm elections in red wave kind of years, Republicans have won that district. So, these were a couple bellwethers that I started to see, and I was like, wow, what's going on here? It doesn't look like this red tsunami is materializing quite in the way that even we had predicted, because it looked like that's how it was going to turn out. 538, but the Republicans having a majority chance to win the Senate and an 84% chance of winning the House. It looks like the Senate's going to head to a runoff in Georgia that will decide the fate of the U.S. Senate, and it looks like the House will also probably go to Republicans, but maybe just by a single House chair or seat. So,
Very small margin. Very
extremely slim margins compared to what we predicted here at the Vanguard and pretty much everywhere else. So, yeah, definitely a shocking result and a terrible night for the Republicans. I was having a lot of fun last night monitoring right-wing media as the freak out started and the coping began, as they tried to make sense of what was going on. After hyping themselves up for the last couple of months, saying red tsunami incoming, Democrats headed for utter obliteration, all that stuff. That is not how it turned out. At very best, the Republicans just had an average night, and worse, they got totally shellacked, completely embarrassed.
Yeah, I think that what this election really kind of, I guess it kind of settles this debate, right? We kind of saw it a little bit in the primaries and some of the referendums that we saw, in the most recent election and back in 2020, where even states where you kind of think you would have an idea that this is going to be a conservative electorate, right? We could look at Kentucky last night with abortion legislation. We could look at Nebraska's $50 minimum wage, and again, Kansas recently being a red state that Gavin mentioned, reelected a Democratic governor, and also just a short time ago, reaffirmed the constitutional right in Kansas to have an abortion as healthcare, which a lot of people were surprised by. And I think that what we need to start understanding in the wake of this election is that in the age of the internet, in the age of the 21st century, we are not binary voters anymore, and also we're not red and blue states anymore, right? If you look at the makeup and how people are voting, it's true that some red states might harbor more traditional voters, but they also are going to have their standout of people who are going to draw a line in the sand when it comes to absolute crazy talk from either party, right? So when the Republicans decide, that they're basically going to run their trying to think about the economy in some weird abstract terms, but really what it was like, we're going to take away your right to an abortion. We're going to make this a lot about trans kids for some reason.
You want to close your blinds?
Shitting in litter boxes or whatever the hell they were trying to run with. And instead trying to portray, and then Democrats.
You know that you.
Huh?
Your wheel is on my cord.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Thank you.
I still need help picking this up though. I don't know what. No, hold on. Here. Okay.
Listen, Corey, tonight we do know that Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, and the Beast Brock
Just leave it
Lesnar
on the
are
table.
in the same building.
Something
and
is
happens
going on
just
with my
5 days before the
Your
card
hand?
at SummerSlam.
That's why I want you to hand it to me because hold on. No. Just I'm sorry.
Michael, it's okay.
Jesus Christ.
You. Oh, I know why that past Saturday night was his last match, Michael.
Was whose last match?
Billy Gunn's. He's retired.
Billy Gunn didn't fight last night.
Saturday.
Yes, he did.
SummerSlam.
I don't remember.
It was the Trios tag team match
It's debut time.
that past Saturday.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Alpha Academy,
I
Maxie.
promise this is the last time I'll ever. Because I'm just
I'm
gonna
so
put it right
excited
now.
for this. Maxine Dupree,
What's up?
activated. And the glory is Maxine
You want to try
Dupree.
it?
All set to go. Like you said, Corey.
Did you not just hear me?
It's right in front of you.
Okay, I understand that. What I'm asking you to do is hand it to me, please, because something is going on.
Singles match here on Monday Night Raw. Taking on the Banshee Valhalla of the Viking Raiders. Next.
No, hold it lower.
Premier League season kickoff once more.
I'm not gonna ask again because I'm just gonna put the whole thing right now.
Alright, chapter loading. Oh, hold up. Give me some here.
Premier League is back on NBC, USA, and Peacock.
Have you heard about this Samsung chip phone?
I'm gonna have some chips. I'm gonna go have some Sandrum.
It's like stuck inside
I
your
read
mind.
that. He didn't have a Sandrum.
Stop it.
That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. There's no way I'd ever switch.
We're bringing big back. It's bigger. She's here. Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut. Big pizza, bigger deal. No hurry, very hungry.
Want your clothes to smell freshly washed all day without heavy perfumes? Try Downy Light In-Wash Freshness Boosters. It has long-lasting light scent, no heavy perfumes, and no dyes. Finally, a light scent that lasts all day. Downy Light.
Are you good? Yeah, I think I'm late on car insurance. Good thing the General gives you a break when you need it. Yeah, with flexible payment options keep me covered. Just tag us in. For a great low rate, go with the General.
How to expose Jimmy's John's new summer wrap.
Speaking very clearly, what's inside the jalapeno ranch chicken?
Where's the jalapenos all natural chicken?
I'm wearing white. But not what you think I am.
Jimmy John's summer wraps are back for a limited time.
When you look at this stuff, what do you see?
Get up or not?
This is your moment.
Critics declare Oppenheimer is magnificent. The New York Times calls it staggering. It's utterly enthralling and one of the best movies of this century. Oppenheimer in theaters now, rated R. Maxime Dupree of the drinks on C4 Ultimate powders, available now exclusively at GNC. Moments away from the single debut of Maxime Dupree of the Alpha Academy. Maxime looks ready. Yeah. What's our challenge tonight? I'm not scared.
Reds didn't do themselves any favors here, right? They were running on, not January 6th, whatever. It was a weird hodgepodge. So what did we see? I think we just see people coming out and trying their goddamnedest to vote for the things that actually did matter for them, right? What did matter to them? They did not want to lose the right to have an abortion. They wanted to get a better paycheck at the end of the day. They didn't really trust any of these politicians to deliver on what they had promised to do. This morning I was looking at the voter participation in Gavin and I's home city of Kansas City, right? 36% of eligible voters participated, and that was considered high. So I just think, that's another kind of a benchmark that we need to all be looking at with how this is all being decided. These people that are showing up for their races clearly have very specific things in mind, like, oh, I'm showing up to vote for legal pot, or, and then I feel like all of the politician races were just kind of second thought to people, and that is not necessarily how I think we normally look at elections, right? We're always looking at the politicians first and then whatever ballot initiatives second. So my biggest takeaway from tonight was, or last night rather, was that might not be the case so much anymore, that we're not going to be looking at such binary outcomes.
I kind of agree with you guys a lot, because it was interesting to see even a state like Missouri pass recreational marijuana last night. Now, Missouri is a deep red state, when you look at it. And for them to kind of step forward and say, no, we're going to pass this. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think the voters, it was interesting because I got this vibe that, just like you said, the voters weren't really voting based on the party. I think they were truly one of those weird moments where people were voting more on principles and ideas. And that's what caused this kind of end of the so-called tsunami or whatever it was supposed to be. Plus, it's like historically, I understand why everyone predicted that, because historically, for the last 10, 15, 20 years or so, the midterms of whatever sitting president, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, always seem to go the other way towards the opposition party. This one didn't, kind of a mixed bag. One of the big things that people were talking about was the whole Gen Z vote and where they were going to go. And I think what we're talking about plays to that. I think the youth made a big difference this year. If anything, this midterm to me proved once again, which I don't know why we still get hung up on this, the polls are wrong. There's no such thing as the great prognosticator that's going to be able to tell us based on what 538 says, or based on what all the polling places said, this is what's going to happen. Because the polls are great, but polls are also heavily influenced by how the questions are asked and who and what areas they're asking at the end of the day. And I think that this election had once again proved that, it's not about polls, it's about celebrity. Oz got beat, which was pretty shocking, I think, to a lot of people, especially after that debate. It wasn't about what Fetterman was saying. I think a lot of times you worry, people are going to see, a stroke, or people are going to see his ability in that debate and think that that's somebody who can actually lead and can do the job if he's suffering from medical malady or things like that. Clearly, people are like, no, we want this guy.
Right. Yeah, I think that the Oz defeat was probably one of the funniest results of the even just a huge defeat to the elitist, kind of the personification of elitism that he represents, and also just being a carpetbagger, not even from the state of Pennsylvania. Definitely have some issues with Fetterman, but he's a strong populist Democrat, at least if you compare him to the more establishment types like a Chuck Schumer or a Nancy Pelosi. He's a strong union guy, really a strong advocate for legal cannabis. And he's an aggressive campaigner. He was out there defining the race and defining his opponent from the very, very beginning, which actually I think is something that in Georgia, Raphael Warnock could have done a better job in a similar dynamic between him and another celebrity, Herschel Walker. I felt that Raphael Warnock was a little bit too soft on the guy. He didn't go hard and aggressive enough, whereas John Fetterman went hard in the paint from the very, very beginning, painting his opponent as an elitist, out-of-touch carpetbagger, and I think that really did help him quite a bit.
I mean, it felt to me like Herschel's kid was doing a hardcore job, a way better job of going after the opponent than
Absolutely correct.
Democrat candidate did.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to briefly talk about what you said about the polling being off again. I have a theory as to why. In the last couple elections, the polls have underestimated Republican support by about 4 to 5 percentage points in any given state. Really giving more percentage to the Democrats than ultimately came to fruition. I think that they tried to kind of compensate for that by this time overcompensating in the direction of the Republicans instead of the Democrats. So instead, we got a couple polling misses where they really underestimated Democratic support. Pennsylvania being one of those states, it looks like Fetterman carried that pretty handily, even though the polls had it neck and neck. Same with New Hampshire. It looked like that race was going to be neck and neck for the Senate, but Republican Don Bolduc got absolutely stomped. It wasn't even remotely close in that race. So I think that the polls, or the pollsters rather, overcompensated in the direction of the Republicans because they didn't want the same thing to happen, but they may have given them a little bit too much of an edge, when in reality the support was actually more for the Democrats. And I think a large part of the reason is abortion and the fall of Roe v. Wade. You mentioned, Tyrell, that a lot of young voters, a lot of Gen Z voters may have swung this election, and I do think that it can't be overstated how important the fall of Roe versus Wade ended up being. This is something that Gen Z folks have known their entire lives. We've never known a reality where abortion was not legal, and it's a huge, huge shift in the currents for that to fall and for there to be such a dramatic change into something we've always known a basic human right, something we've always thought was a basic human right, just going away thanks to the Republican policies and their long-standing campaign to an attack on abortion rights and women's health care. So I don't think it can be overstated how important that was. I honestly kind of underestimated how important that would be because I figured the economy would take precedence. I knew it was an important issue, of course, and it's a deadly serious issue, but I just worried that the economy and inflation would take precedence in the eyes of your average voter. But I do think that the fall of Roe versus Wade really, really did energize Democratic turnout and especially youth turnout and female turnout for this election, which very, very much so carried some of these Democrat candidates over the edge.
Yeah, and I think that part of that is I saw a great tweet this morning to kind of summarize what was going on, and there was all this talk about the working class isn't going to prioritize these issues. The working class cares about the economy. And what I think last night was a referendum on it was what this person observed is that the 18-year-old queer kid serving you your Starbucks is the working class. It is not just the truck driver that is commuting across. No, people like me and Gavin are the Gen Z working class. We are out here, we work for our money. We have jobs. We're not this ethereal bunch. And yet, and I think that was a huge driving force. And again, not so much that there was massive enthusiasm behind these Democratic candidates, although again, Fetterman, outside from Fetterman hammering Oz for being a carpetbagger, as Gavin mentioned, he also was incredibly online and really in touch with what I imagine the youth vote in Pennsylvania would have been seeking. Not only did he, just relentlessly hammer the guy for the crudité, he served it at his watch party last night. He had Snooki from Jersey Shore leave that hilarious voicemail to him about how he was going to get to go home to New Jersey real soon, and all these different kind of hilarious things that really kind of took a lot of inspiration, it felt like, from the Gravel campaign, those teams that ran Mike Gravel's really savvy online campaign in 2020. So that was something that I think should not be understated. The fact that these young people are working class now, right? When you look at the Gen Z voting bloc, as a collective, there's not enough right-wing young people, right? As much as Charlie Kirk and all these guys that go on the internet and they are young people, they just pander to an older demographic of people on YouTube. But the younger generation, while there are some right-wingers, by and large, I don't want to say this crudely, but it's a dying market that they have to sell themselves to. The old people that make up the bulwark of the majority of the Republican Party are dying off. And instead we have this new generation of people that are demanding things like the right to an abortion, like the right to $15, like the right to smoke pot. And all these things are kind of disqualifiers for the Republican Party, right? This is a generation that is going to demand rights for, their trans homies, right? Like, that this is just going to be part of the package deal. You're not going to get, the Gen Z vote. It's just, the times have changed. So you can fearmonger, but it's going to cost you. And I think that is the lesson that, is exciting to learn, is that, if we're looking at the Zoomer demographic, they're not really buying the whole scapegoat narrative, right? They kind of, again, we've grown up under Obama, we've grown up under Trump, we've seen both sides and what they have to offer and how empty that leaves us, right? We all know that the Democrats are not going to bail you out, they're only going to bail out Wall Street, and then the Republicans are going to get in power and they're going to come after your minority friends and they're going to fucking cut taxes for the rich, and that's an unacceptable bargain. So again, I just think we're going to see more and more push for ballot initiative.
I forgot what.
I'm on the phone with Jennifer, bro.
Specific narratives for politics.
And plus, Sancho had me to run some stuff for her.
Less OD.
So do you want me to wait till you're off the phone, or do you want me to keep going?
You can continue watching your Jesse the Biden Zero thing.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up?
The Republicans. Yeah, I agree.
What's the score? 5-1. Hold up.
Tragedy of the United States, these populaces, finally have a sense of history.
Yankees are losing.
To me, it was interesting to see that.
Whoa.
Frightening Sunday for the language that he uses, especially about how he wants to maintain power and how he wants to.
All right.
Any opposition.
Well, I'll probably talk to you tomorrow, Jen.
If you look at the way the guy talks, that's what it is. And then the Democrats
ran
Tim
I will.
Ryan against him, which
all right, take it easy, bud.
There's a lot of people saying
all right, bye-bye.
Ryan probably lost because he doesn't practice a real progressive politics.
Right.
Doesn't push a lot of the issues that a lot of people are fighting for. He's a very kind of corporate stylized Democrat from what people see, and they're figuring that's one of the reasons he may have got the freshman eye a little bit. And I think people have to really wake up to the fact that these issues are important to us, the issues that you and Gavin just mentioned. At the end of the day, people are always they're going to vote issue because that issue is going to affect them first, more so than the dynamic politician. A dynamic politician is few and far. It must be real. There's not a lot of Jesse.
I'll be back. Sorry.
Not a lot of Bernie Sanders out there.
Don't worry, be right back.
For all the flack that they get, like the squad member, there's not a lot of those really dynamic types out there who have the charisma to back up whatever ideology they believe. And I will right too. Seeing Lauren Boebert get kind of crushed was one of the. I think it's still in contention, but just seeing that happen was one of those fun parts of this election series. I wanted to also ask you guys. Yeah, everybody kind of brought up the economy. You guys did too. The interesting thing is how little actual information people have about how the economy works when it comes to inflation and things like that. I mean, every candidate I saw across the board, a lot of them were trying to run I can get in and fix the economy. None of them are going to get in and fix the economy until they actually go after the true perpetrators of why we have inflation, correct?
Oh, 100% correct. 100% correct. I think that's actually a big part of the reason why this message wasn't as salient for the Republicans as we might have expected, because while they were pointing out some of these, negative economic indicators, talking about inflation and stuff like that, they weren't really providing much in the way of answers themselves or solutions themselves. It's not like these candidates that were pointing out high gas prices or inflation. It's not like they were presenting some great plan to fix it. They're just saying, "Oh, vote for us and trust us, we'll take care of that." Well, the people have been swindled one too many times. They know that that's not going to happen. And you can say that for a variety of issues, right? Another issue that some people were saying was a good reason to vote for Republicans was that, perhaps they wouldn't be continuing to give Zelensky and Ukraine a blank check. If something you're concerned about is enriching the defense contractors and the military-industrial complex, and you don't like the Biden policy as it relates to Ukraine and Russia, whatever your opinion on that is, if that's an issue that matters to you, well, there are a couple of Republicans out here saying, well, if we gain control of the Senate and the House, then we're gonna stop, funneling so much money into this conflict. We're gonna try to de-escalate, etc. And that might be an appealing message for some people, but let me tell you, you have to be an absolute dumb if you believe it. There's never been a Republican House or a Republican Senate that they give the defense contractors whatever they wanted.
Okay, we'll continue now.
Yep.
And her opponent, accompanied to the ring by the Viking Raiders.
Valhalla, no doubt, an intimidating presence. Maxine Dupree has to realize how high the deck is stacked against her. We've seen the physical capabilities of Valhalla in the past, but perhaps the most dangerous aspect of her game is the mystique, the mystery surrounding Valhalla. Was she summoning gods? Was she praying to someone?
I thought I heard Odin and Balder earlier, which means yes. Speaking to the gods, and Maxine should consult with the gods as well, says Valhalla, because she's going to need them tonight.
Maxine may not have contact with the gods, but she has been in under the close eye of the master of Alpha Academy, United States Olympian Chad Gable, and his #1 guy, the tree trunk. Oh no, watch out, Valhalla! Those shotgun knees right out of the gate. This could be a very short night for Maxine.
Maxine just looking across at Chad Gable, taking her eye off the game here. And Valhalla desperate to get her paws all over Maxine.
Nice arm drag. Another by Maxine.
Training is paying off.
Figure Maxine hasn't had a lot of experience, but a few days in the ring around Chad Gable, and it's like taking batting practice with Shohei Ohtani.
Yes, it is.
Technically speaking, Gable's as good as they get. Nasty landing for Maxine. Valhalla just extremely vicious cover.
Now to put Maxine away. Early and a kick out by Maxine. How impressive is Maxine Dupree? We got her as a guest on the After the Bell podcast, Corey.
Oh, listen, I like talking about Maxine as much as the next guy, but right now we should be talking about Valhalla, who is dominating Maxine at the moment. Valhalla just slow and deliberate in her application of this submission, realizing that she's got all night if she needs it to inflict as much punishment as she can on Maxine.
Valhalla did, of course, spear Maxine through the table in the Viking rules match. But Valhalla can't let go that Maxine has had big-time bragging rights over her. There's another arm drag from Maxine Dupree. How impressive is
Kick. Maxine holding strong into the bright lights and the magnitude of the moment. Fisherman suplex by Maxine.
Maxine nearly looks stunned, but she can pull it off. Oh! The coaching from Master Chad Gable is paying off.
I think that maneuver is a little more effective when Otis performs it, but nonetheless, the Doe's having himself a time on the outside, but gonna get him under control.
Oh, yes! You feeling some kind of way, Corey?
Looks like someone put a hinge in a caterpillar, but it's still effective.
Elbow drop. Maxine quickly back on her feet.
Okay, maybe Maxine's getting a little too overconfident.
So they're color coded.
She's feeling
Because
herself.
they're all in
First
pretty
time,
little
Maxine.
tights.
Maxine taking tonight the devastating effect.
Even the two on the outside.
Hang on.
They're all in pretty little pink tights.
Put his head in the ring. It's all kicking off here. We have Bedlam on the outside of the ring. Watch out! The Academy takes out the Viking Raiders, but Valhalla from behind. Maxine took her eye off the ball and could pay dearly.
Mayhem outside the ring, but inside it's Valhalla back in control. Massive right connected.
Oh, Valhalla looking to take it high risk. Oh no, this looks bleak. Maxine's first singles match may be her last.
Oh, well played, Maxine. What is Maxine Dupree got planned here? Whoa! For the victory! Maxine's done it! What?
She can't believe she won.
What a night for Maxine Dupree, and dare I say, in this victory, it was a landmark night for the entire Alpha Academy. Well done, Coach Gable. Well done, Dose.
And last week was a landmark day of destruction for the villainous quartet of the Judgment Day. There's no doubt the Judgment. There's no doubt the Judgment Day are on a path of destruction that seems all impossible to stop. After last week's unimaginable display of domination, what do these Hellions from Hades have in store here on Monday Night Raw tonight?
Beware of strays.
Snoop Dogg.
Wait just a minute.
Huge congratulations to our very own 16-time world champion John Cena, alongside Jackie Chan. Go and check out Hidden Strike, the #1 movie in the US and worldwide on Netflix.
Tag team we never knew we needed. Jackie Chan and John Cena. Congrats.
And we could have just went our separate ways. But clearly you still have a problem. So tonight, I'm gonna fix this problem. Because while you want the entire world to just stay out of your business, I'm ready to fight the entire world. And I need to pick up some momentum. So that starts with you tonight. And then I'm gonna go on. I'm going to win the SummerSlam Battle Royal this Saturday. I'll see you in the ring. And once we are finished, it will be me who wins the SummerSlam Battle Royal this Saturday.
Parapets.
Program start.
World champ is still to come. We are joined right now by the Judgment Day. And at SummerSlam, in just 5 days from now, a member of the Judgment Day in the ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Judgment Day.
Aquí llegaron los malos. Y con eso dicho, all rise for the Judgment Day.
Let's face it, guys. Monday Night Raw doesn't start until we say it does. Because this is our world now. If anyone who doesn't want to fall in line, we got no problem putting them on the shelf. Because let's be honest here, who's really going to stop us, huh? Hey boys, who's going to stop us?
You You know what? Let's try to answer that question. Let's run through a short list of the so-called heroes on Monday Night Raw. Kevin Owens? No, we took him out. Sami Zayn? Nah, we left him laying. Seth freaking Rollins? Impossible after the epic beating we gave him last week on Raw. And we all know what Mommy did to Liv Morgan. So to answer your question, nobody can stop the Judgment Day. Now, if Sami and Seth decide to show up tonight, well, Dirty Dom and I will make sure they don't leave this arena whole.
Seth Rollins, you come out here every week after week, and you act all insane. You act insane. You see, your idea of insanity is coming out here wearing some stupid clothes, doing a sing and dance, laughing like a clown. That's not insanity. No. Insanity is waking up every day for the last 7 years, looking yourself in the mirror and seeing the scars that you caused, that you inflicted. And those scars remind me of everything that you took from me, the career that you ruined, the career that you spoiled. Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, I can't erase those scars, but I will inflict scars. And those scars are gonna make me feel just a little bit better, knowing that every day that you wake up and you look in the mirror, you'll remember the time that Finn Balor beat you for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And at SummerSlam, all of Judgment Day is gonna have the goodies. I'm bringing back the Mysterio.
That's right, Johnny John. You are going to bring some pride to the Mysterio name. But as for any idiot who decides to try and get in our way, well, I advise them to take a little page out of Raquel Rodriguez's book, and that is run and hide. Because otherwise, they're going to have to learn to enjoy their time in rehab, just like Liv and Kevin Owens. Because
I think Ms. Rodriguez would beg to differ. Raquel Rodriguez, who still believes that had it not been for Rhea Ripley, she and Liv Morgan would be WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And Rodriguez is making a beeline for Rhea.
With an injured knee, because of the attack by Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez is taking that fight to the eradicator.
Rodriguez certainly holding her own right now.
Two absolute powerhouses. Raquel Rodriguez.
There aren't too many women who can stand toe-to-toe with Rhea Ripley, but Raquel certainly fit that description. Rhea sent to the outside, Rodriguez holding the ring.
The world champions feeling the wrath of Raquel Rodriguez.
Rodriguez now just woman handling the women's world champion. Oh! Spine first into the ring post.
Raquel Rodriguez, who, as far as we're aware, wasn't medically cleared to compete in any way, still taking the fight to Rhea.
This isn't a sanctioned match, KP. This is a damn fight.
Oh!
was momentarily distracted by Dominic's Latino heat. And Rhea made Raquel pay. My goodness. Good thing these officials showed up finally. We're going to deal with two forces of nature, but Ripley again attacking the knee of Raquel. Unfamiliar sight. See, anyone bring the fight to Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley, but I hope for Raquel's sake that she's taking care of that knee, not letting her emotions get the best of her. That's not good for us. No. Two superstars will be bringing the fight this Saturday at SummerSlam. Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. When they became a tag team, it really was a match made in combat sport heaven.
I'm not gonna let that happen again.
This Saturday at SummerSlam, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler will show down under MMA rules. And we'll take a look at the second part of this epic story later tonight.
Can we just like get the collision and see Ricky the Dragon Steamboat?
Right. Let's skip Raw, Dynamite, and SmackDown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from the earth to the weighing in at 220 pounds, Shotzi Nakamura!
The sold-out crowd in Houston, Texas, get loud for Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura has already made his SummerSlam plans. This coming Saturday, he'll compete in the SummerSlam Battle Royal. That is, of course, assuming he gets past his opponent tonight, Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa, a man that drew a line in the proverbial sand for the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. But Shinsuke didn't listen. They go one-on-one next.
Well, just this Friday, 8/7 Central, only on Fox. So proud of you. You applied the master's teaching. You represented the Academy well, just like one of us is going to represent the Academy well when we win the SummerSlam Battle Royal this weekend. Right? Go eat!
It's ridiculous. What's happening here? I mean, first match of the night, and with a stellar performance, my best man here restores the honor of this great sport. And you don't hesitate a second to turn it into an absolute joke again?
Are you kidding? Did you see her technical proficiency? I taught her everything she knows. It was great.
And let's not forget, these two are former tag team champions, and my coach is an Olympic athlete.
Olympic athlete. You came far. You need her to speak for you now? You're hanging out with that freak?
What now?
What happened? I mean, you're not worried about it.
He's really not worth your time. I mean, somebody like Gable will even last 5 minutes in the ring with the ring in his eye.
It's a good point, actually. Because the last 2 weeks have been a little bit of a roller coaster for me. My soul could really do with dragging somebody around the ring for a little bit. And you know what? Put the clock on the wall. I won't need 5 minutes for you.
5 minutes? I'll last 5 hours if I want to, but you know what? I'll take a little 5-minute challenge. But if you want Gable tonight, why don't you leave your crew in the back? And I'll do the same.
Yep. Be my guest.
Wow, that could be very, very interesting, as is the showdown we're about to see.
You gotta look at the taped ribs of Tommaso Ciampa. Think back to last week's match with Ciampa against Big Bronson Reed and Shinsuke Nakamura. The distraction when the King of Strong Style appeared and opened the door for Big Bronson Reed to pulverize the ribs of Ciampa.
Both Nakamura and Ciampa will be competing this Saturday at the SummerSlam Battle Royal. This is an opportunity to gain some momentum, particularly for Ciampa, who claimed he's ready to fight the entire world.
Ooh, what a chance to impress. The SummerSlam Battle Royal.
And both of these athletes have certainly had their problem in recent times with Big Bronson Reed. And it's almost as though there's sort of a bottleneck in the middle of the card here at WWE, particularly on Monday Night Raw, where the question remains, who will be the next to challenge for the Intercontinental Champion?
It's the catalyst behind all this friction.
Or the World Heavyweight Champion post-SummerSlam. What does the future look like? It's wide open. It's full of opportunity for anyone from Shinsuke Nakamura to Ciampa to Big Bronson Reed. And it's all about momentum and stacking wins here on Monday nights.
Ciampa, someone who's yet to taste that success here on Monday Night Raw. Can't say the same about the King of Strong Style. Ciampa here. Ciampa fired up.
Oh, you see what he's doing? He's imitating
still
him.
proficient as they get. And Ciampa has a ruthless attitude second to none, as Nakamura is experiencing firsthand. Ciampa certainly possesses all of the tools needed to be a major player here on Monday Night Raw. Oh! And it could all begin tonight with Shinsuke Nakamura. Conversely, Nakamura has a healthy respect for what Ciampa's accomplished in his career. And Nakamura knows that if you pick up a win over somebody like Ciampa, maybe Big Bronson Reed's next. Perhaps it's an Intercontinental title opportunity. Maybe a World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. Oh!
Why do you think Shinsuke Nakamura wanted to pick that fight with Ciampa? Show him the last two.
Because I think Nakamura's tired of being an afterthought. Shinsuke is a superstar who several years back won the Royal Rumble match. Nakamura has been in the conversation to be a world champion. And Nakamura has yet to really realize that potential.
Nakamura warming up here.
I think Shinsuke realized nobody else cares about me in the locker room. It's time to look out for number one. And that's exactly what Shinsuke is doing right now at the expense of Tommaso Ciampa.
The swagger of the King of Strong Style now. Watch it!
Oh! Ciampa just rocked the jaw of Nakamura with that knee.
Lightning fast offense there from Ciampa.
The ruthlessness we talk about.
Oh! Another vicious knee. How does Shinsuke find his way back to this match now? Buffalo Wild Wings. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw. Shinsuke Nakamura, Ciampa, one-on-one action. In a bitter relationship between these two.
I said there's a really big much of a relationship. Ciampa put his nose in Shinsuke's business, and Nakamura took offense to it, decided to fight about it. Ciampa didn't mean any offense. Shinsuke took offense. It sounds like the internet, basically.
Bronson Reed, a big fella, Has been stirring the puppy.
Oh, sliding German by Nakamura. Looking for the cover.
Shinsuke out to Power Ciampa. Can he get it? Oh, Ciampa kicking out too. Ciampa, no time wasted. Straight back up on his feet.
Are you looking at the right guy? You know which guy's Ciampa? Ciampa's the bald guy. There's Big Bronson Reed backstage. 300 pounds on the gun. Beats everybody up. Ciampa is now on his feet. Spoke a little too soon. It's okay. Shinsuke answers with a kick upside Ciampa's dome. Ooh. Oh, God, that may do it. That's got to do it. Nakamura's out.
Ciampa to put away. Shinsuke kicking out again.
And you can see immediately Ciampa favoring his ribs. He's been fighting through the pain. Adrenaline will only get you so far. Nakamura's been unable to exploit the rib injury. Again, caused by Big Bronson Reed.
He's
tried to Ciampa back out here as resilient and as powerful as ever after.
Since they required
Pushing by Reed last week.
Content.
He seems to be enjoying watching him from a distance.
First.
Nothing better than life than watching two people you can't stand beat each other up.
Cody Rhodes documentary.
Blow after blow. The perilous position.
Living the Nightmare.
The second row, the King of Strong Style. Ciampa out of the way.
Ciampa now at a pace.
Now,
Yes, scouted by Shinsuke.
so I won't be able to see that. But
Shinsuke hoisting Ciampa up across the top turnbuckle. Oh! And a eviscerating knee.
Well,
that's going to do.
If it doesn't come away from me, I'll
Put Ciampa away. He kicks out again.
You know, both of these superstars will take part this Saturday in the
Wow,
SummerSlam
Badger,
Battle
that was
Royal.
a delayed
8
reaction.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming live WWE.
Yo, I laughed what you were talking
Which of these two
about.
will march in with the added confidence and momentum?
Oh, another big knee rocking Shinsuke.
Ciampa could be thinking about ending it all here.
Big right. We're going to go back to the fairy tale ending. Kick to the midsection. Shoulders are down now. Shinsuke, can he get the victory here? He's got it!
I'm not entirely certain, and I don't want the official to hear me if I say it too loud, but I think Nakamura may have had a little assist from Ciampa's trunks. Let's take it. Nakamura. Hey, listen, the King of Strong Style didn't earn that name the easy way. He's as smart as the day is long and realized that momentum was at stake. And now, of the two, Shinsuke Nakamura is going to march into Ford Field of the SummerSlam Battle Royal with added confidence and his head held high. The biggest party of the summer is this Saturday. I can't believe it's already here.
It certainly is. And one of the main events at SummerSlam is, of course, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns and his cousin, the unhinged Jey Uso. And Jey Uso stood face to face with Roman on Friday Night SmackDown.
And the fact that you
Are we still on the air? Are we still on the air?
Yeah, my computer was almost dead, so I have to charge it up over there.
I can see that.
Rhea looked to finish a few weeks ago.
I should do that. Okay, listen. I can see that. Listen. I know you want to match with me. Okay, but you're not clear. I also can tell how personal it is for you, so I want you to listen to me. I'm going to give you my word. Just as soon as you are clear to get back in that ring, I will give you your match. When you're clear, you have my word.
showtime, bitches. It's 2 hours in, but the show starts now.
The Beast has arrived in Houston.
And ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at Brock Lesnar.
The king of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Well, actually, he's from North Dakota, but he went to Minnesota to go to college.
Oh yeah, true.
Very different demeanor from Lesnar tonight. In front of his own mother watching Rhodes will hope to finally slay the Beast Brock Lesnar in one of the main events of SummerSlam this Saturday. The series is tied at 1 fall apiece. 1 for Rhodes, 1 for Lesnar. The rubber match goes down Ford Field this Saturday. We're going to have a fight on our hands.
You know, I just had a thought. Not necessarily a joke or a story, but a thought. They call this the rubber match. Does that mean they fight with condoms? Just a thought.
True. Back to Raw.
That was a joke, son.
The Beast Incarnate is here. We know Rhodes is in the building.
I know what a rubber match is. A tiebreaker contest.
Yeah, it was a joke that went over your head, son. Okay? Ignore it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brock Lesnar. I am an NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion. I am a UFC heavyweight champion. I am WWE heavyweight champion of the world. And if there's one thing I know about championships, is that this is fight week. The hype is over. This Saturday at SummerSlam in Detroit.
You hear what they're doing? They're doing the Stone Cold thing. What?
I get paid to fight, to kick ass against Cody Rhodes. This Saturday at SummerSlam, Cody Rhodes gets paid to get his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar.
Why does Brock Lesnar have a feather in his head? Is he supposed to be the next
So let's
Godfather?
cut the crap.
I just noticed that. I don't
I've
know.
already been here way too long tonight. Cody, if you want to come out here and tell me otherwise, be my guest. I'll respect that. Come out here, look me dead in the eyes, shake my hand, and I'll see you Saturday. But if you don't come out here and shake my hand, I'll see you Saturday.
So you got about 5 seconds before I leave this town. 5, 4, 3.
Where are they? In Houston, Texas.
Cody Rhodes is here, and the American Nightmare is dressed to fight. Lesnar smiling like a butcher's dog, grinning from ear to ear, knowing that this Saturday he'll have a chance to feast on the remains of the American Nightmare. Cody almost cautiously circling the ring. You don't have to do this, Cody. That is the most decorated athlete in combat sports history who just called you out.
Cody circling the ring. The man that we're used to seeing from Brock Lesnar.
He must have said something.
Wait a minute! Cody taking the fight to Lesnar! Cody understands the assignment, what he is facing Saturday at SummerSlam. Rhodes trying to gain any semblance of an advantage before we get to Detroit, and it may have backfired spectacularly. Steel ring stares directly in the face of the American Nightmare.
Now playing with the beast terms. Rhodes hobbling away as this savage predator goes back for more.
Again tonight in Houston, the Beast incarnate with the last laugh. Oh no, Brock's not done yet. Lesnar may not want Rhodes.
Hey, that's using your head.
Bam.
Brock said if Cody came out and shook his hand, Lesnar would respect Cody. Cody did just that, but then might have incited the Beast.
Taps off himself.
Cody, just stay down. F5 from the Beast. Lesnar almost begrudgingly beating down his opponent for SummerSlam tonight. Cody's only got himself to blame.
Lesnar lives to hunt.
But Cody Rhodes only knows one way. Cody knows how to stand his ground. Tonight, the Beast may be standing tall, but it may be a very different chapter in the story. This Saturday at SummerSlam, in one of the main events, Lesnar, Rhodes, 3.
Represent.
And finally, a wry smile from the Beast incarnate.
And his opponent, representing Imperium, he is the Intercontinental Champion, the Angel.
Wait. Oh no, this is not.
You're not salivating at the thought of Gunther and Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior, for the Intercontinental Championship this Saturday at SummerSlam. Something wrong with you.
We know how exciting Gunther is, and you can see the clock in the bottom of your screen. Gunther boldly declared he would need less than 5 minutes to defeat the master of Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, a United States Olympian. But let's be perfectly honest, the Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, has been the personification of dominance recently on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, but Chad Gable is the personification of consistency each and every week on Monday Night Raw. We know what Chad Gable can do. You reference the fact that he's an Olympian. You don't think he can go 5 minutes with Gunther?
I didn't challenge Chad Gable for 5 minutes. Gunther did. You don't have to explain Gable to me. I'm a big fan of Chad Gable.
There's an argument to be made that if anyone can go 5 minutes with Gunther, or any superstar for that matter, it's Chad Gable. The master of the Alpha Academy. Remember, no Otis, Maxine, or Imperium's Kaiser and Vinci ringside. Stipulation made by Gable.
Gunther just smoothly transitioning into that half crab and almost mocking Gable. I don't imagine Gable will take too well to being mocked. Gunther supremely confident, and with good reason. We've barely seen Gunther in jeopardy during his reign as Intercontinental Champion. Yes, he's had some incredible, memorable matchups, but have you ever really doubted as to whether or not the Ring General was going to emerge victorious? I haven't.
Only in the last few weeks we've seen the trepidation and nerves in the face of Gunther with what Drew McIntyre is capable of, especially after last
Shoulders down.
Gunther toying with Chad Gable now.
And I will give the devil his due, as you just mentioned, as you referenced Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior. Shoulders down again. Fantastic bridge by Gable. And a stomp from the Ring General. But hey, listen, Drew McIntyre has encountered Gunther before in the past. Think back to WrestleMania. We've seen how fired up and motivated McIntyre has been since returning to Monday Night Raw. Certainly going to pose a massive threat to Gunther's reign, but if this is any indication of what Saturday is going to look like, it's going to be another painful night for the Ring General's opponent.
You mentioned the match at WrestleMania. Hang on, cover here. Kick out Gable. Gunther wasting no time. That match, an instant classic. A match that was a triple threat at the time. Drew McIntyre said he was distracted with his old pal Sheamus in the ring. This time, he gets his chance 1v1 with Gunther.
And right now, I'm sure Gunther keeps glancing toward the Titantron. We are nearing the 2-minute mark. It's taken almost 3 minutes to get to this point, and Gunther has yet to really come close to knocking off Chad Gable.
So what happens to the mindset of Gunther if he doesn't get this done in the next 2 minutes?
I can't imagine it would be good for the mentality of the champion, realizing that he's got one of the biggest challenges of his career coming in just a few days in Detroit. And you know, if you're Chad Gable, that maybe if you outlast the 5 minutes, as unlikely as it may be, you'll earn yourself a title opportunity at Gunther's goal.
Absolutely, well said. Chad Gable, of course, said earlier he wants to be part of the SummerSlam Battle Royal.
Gable now bringing the fight. Whoa! Gable able to avoid the chop.
Wow!
Jaw! Not so lucky that time. We are less than 90 seconds away from the expiration of this challenge.
Gunther just stalking Chad Gable now. He's going to have to pick up the pace a little bit.
This will do it. If Gunther lands this powerbomb, Gable will meet the same fate as
That's what I'm talking about. Or still alive, anyways.
Big kick. Separation around to 50 seconds. And it's not Gable that ran out blows on Gunther.
There's a timer on there now?
Sleeper hold applied.
Yeah. He said I can be
I don't care how tough you are. Your normal man is left for 40 seconds.
So they
Gable's
started
going
the
down.
clock that started at 5 minutes.
Questionable tactic by Gunther, looking to soften up Gable a little more.
Well,
Cinches
you
in the
watching
sleeper
this?
again. And
Yeah.
Gable beginning to fade.
23 seconds. Gunther's got to finish off Chad Gable and quickly. He's looking at the clock. What a chance Chad Gable has here.
Gunther might be feeling a little panic here. Well, it's 10 seconds away. Gable's going to do it. Gable's going to do it.
Gable did it.
Oh, no.
Does that mean Gunther's fight even handled a loss?
Ladies and gentlemen, the time limit on the clock has expired. Therefore, your winner is Chad Gable!
That's a technicality. It's just a technicality.
This match is not over. Add more time to the walk. It's not over.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have just been informed that this match will continue right now!
The match is going to continue! But Gable still has the upper hand! We are on the verge of a major upset!
That's some lace.
People know that. People know that the Republicans aren't going to get into power and all of a sudden become principled anti-war politicians or activists. Of course not. Of course not. That's ridiculous. So these kind of messages, while they may have been able to point out some of Biden's failures, I don't think they were able to present a very compelling solution or agenda themselves. And I think part of the reason why is because they were so hung up on the culture war nonsense. So hung up on the culture war nonsense. I think that, in years past, in elections past, if you look at 2016, for example, that it was the Democrats that were really seen as the culture warriors. I think that's one of the big reasons why Trump was able to win in 2016 is because he was able to tap into this frustration people had with the wokeness and the PC culture and all that stuff, and point out, these petty authoritarian liberals are coming for your free speech rights, and they don't want to hear.
I thought that match was over.
They're petty authoritarians and all this stuff. And they're kind of talking about cultural issues that actually matter to everyday working Americans, et cetera, et cetera. And, regardless of how you feel about that, it was clearly a compelling message for a lot of voters. And I do think that a big part of the reason Trump won and some of his ilk won was for those cultural reasons. But this time around, it seems like now it's the Republicans that are hung up on these kind of quote unquote nonsense cultural issues just from a right-wing perspective, making a lot of these racist referendums on issues that affect less than 1% of the population. Of course, talking about trans people nonstop, fear mongering and scapegoating the trans community like nobody's business. Even in Missouri here, you would turn on the TV and see ads for the Republican parties, and the main message of the ad is like, isn't it crazy that these transgender high schoolers are competing in sports, and like this is just not issues that affect most people. You're going to get a couple of these kind of super partisan culture warriors online to care about that. I'm sure you can radicalize some people into thinking it's a bigger deal than it actually is. But for the most part, people are voting based on transgender healthcare for minors or whatever. Like even if that's an issue that you care about, you're probably not going to vote solely based on that. There are much more important issues facing everyone that the Republicans failed to adequately message on in lieu of these bullshit, nonsense, culture war issues that they really ginned up at the last minute in hopes that would increase voter turnout. If anything, it might have put some people off because they just were wearing their bigotry so blatantly on their sleeve. And also, it's just a distraction from the issues that I think really would have connected more with average working Americans who aren't so embroiled in the culture war. And just to piggyback on top of that, I think if anybody was actually brought out to the polls because of how disgusting and odious the culture warmongering was by the Republican Party, they were actually encouraged to vote for a Democrat to put the Republicans off a little bit. Like, I am no sin for the Democratic Party, right? Like, I couldn't bring myself to vote for Trudy Bush Valentine. She's like a fucking aristocrat, like not going to do anything good for the state of Missouri. But down the ballot, I did vote for some of the Democrats because, look, you don't want to see the balance. I didn't want to see the balance of the House change, right? Because you don't know what kind of legislation can be passed. Now, obviously, Joe Biden has veto power, so nothing is going to get passed anyway. Which I think is the other elephant in the room. Like, how fucking shitty do the Democrats have to be that a victory is just them not getting completely their ass whooped? It's like we all know now that with a 50-50 lock Senate, it's like the most likely situation, and then like a slim majority for the Republicans, you're not going to get anything to pass during the next 2 years. But yeah, I think, Gavin, you're 100% right that this was, even though they rhetorically were saying, oh, nobody is talking about the economy, like, oh, gas prices, like, the only thing that they said they were going to do if they got to Congress was, like, make life harder for trans kids and take away a right to an abortion, and obviously people rejected that.
Without a doubt. It's interesting, too, because I saw someone saying, ooh, with the tight Senate, the way it's going to be, now we're going to get 2 more years of Joe Manchin being like a deciding vote or kind of like running the table again, which is going to be fucking annoying as hell. But it plays to a bigger thing that I've seen a few commentators bring up and a few people talk to me about, is that you notice that with the parties, especially the top controllers and the movers and shakers of each party, they prefer being on the losing side to a certain degree, especially the Democrats. Because the Democrats, yes, it's way easier to fundraise. You don't have to then make decisions that piss off your donors, your big corporate power donors and things like that. Like, it puts the Democrat elite in a really perfect position right now, because they're not going to get shit passed that they won. They can blame the Republicans all day long, which means they don't truly have to fight for the issues that we want them to fight for, and then lines up to the next big presidential election in 2 years. So it's very interesting to see the kind of celebratory, like, hey, man, check it out, we're not quite in charge. And seeing them jump up and down over that.
Honestly, it's masterful marketing, though, when you think about it, right? Because what happened was, and we followed this, the midterms for, a number of months out, right? And after the Roe decision, the polling just went, whoa, right? It looked like the Dems were going to crush it. They were going to have the House and the Senate. And then what happened? The media machine did its job, and they said, no, this is impossible. This could never happen. It's going to be a red wave. And then everybody got convinced that it was going to be a red wave. And so now it actually looks like a titanic achievement that they barely just lost. And it's like, wow, I can't believe it. Like, Joe Biden led us to a greater victory than Obama did. It's like, well, yeah, no shit. Obama got his ass kicked worse than almost anybody before him in 2010. Like, of course, Joe Biden did a little bit better than that. And so, again, not that I'm not, glad that a lot of these, like, shitty Republicans lost, but I just think it's very interesting and what a masterful marketing and messaging that they could turn what was really just like a middling performance into.
I'll talk to him tomorrow morning when I see him.
And potentially
he's basically.
Some actual things to talk about if he decides to get.
Yeah, he's probably sleeping right now.
It's interesting seeing the apparent division in the Republican Party.
I know, but when he told me that he really got upset. Okay.
King's Cup.
Chad Gable humiliated the Intercontinental Champion by lasting over 5 minutes. With Gunther.
Look at this during the commercial break. Millsap here. Picture perfect for Chad Gable.
Gunther demanded that the official put more time on the clock. Thus, Gunther will not be discredited with a defeat here on Monday Night Raw. The match is just being continued because he issued the challenge to begin with. However, you gotta imagine Gunther's in an extremely bad mood and Gable looking to capitalize on our pride.
Incredible strength and agility from Chad Gable now. How's ideas from the top row? Gable! Oh! Gable! Unbelievable showing so far as Gunther continues to be frustrated. It's just 5 days before Gunther puts his championship on the line at SummerSlam.
Gable wants the Fujiwara armbar. His hips are off the mat. This is an agonizing position for Gunther to be caught in. Gunther way out left he suffered some sort of long-term damage prior to SummerSlam. Big German suplex.
That may do it. The Intercontinental Champions. Oh no, Chad Gable! Gable's still on. Look at this again. The power. Wonders! As Gable flies. The comments are now the ring general. Gable quickly back up on his feet. Superplex!
Gunther may regret challenging Gable altogether tonight because Chad Gable of the Alpha Academy is taking the Intercontinental Champion to his limits and beyond. Drew McIntyre hopes to follow suit this Saturday at SummerSlam. This cannot be good for the champion's confidence.
Raw #1 trend across the United States.
How could it not be?
Exactly. Look at that hellacious right from Joe! Caught! Gable is caught!
Gunther swings his chops like battle axes as Gable just experienced firsthand, but Chad able to kick Gunther off again.
Oh my God!
And let German shoulders down to win it all!
Gunther somehow out of 2. Deadlift German to the Austrian. Outrageous feat of strength from Chad Gable.
Oh, here he got a big boot for his tumble. And a lariat by Gunther that may do it.
Oh, Chad Gable! How is he still alive in this match?
Gunther muscling up Gable, who escapes out the backside yet again. Looking for the chaos suplex. Oh my God, he's gonna do it again. Oh, Gunther able to counter almost miraculously.
Turning Gable inside out.
Oh my God, these chops almost look like they're in Gable's throat. Gunther is furious.
These are the consequences turning to Gable now. Gunther finishes off Gable.
Here is your winner, the Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther!
It was not easy. It required the Intercontinental Champion to find that next level. To the limit. Look at this outrageous display of power from the master of Alpha Academy. And Gunther only had enough. The brutality was next level. The power bomb was epic. And the Intercontinental Champion reminding Drew McIntyre that he is ready for war this Saturday.
Get used to it! Get used to see me standing up here and celebrating my success. Because for sure, on Saturday, I will not lose the Intercontinental Championship. Drew McIntyre, wherever you are, and a close look, what I did to that man, that's the fate that I want to you as well. Because come Saturday, I'm gonna end Drew McIntyre once and for all at SummerSlam.
Bold declaration from the ring general Gunther as he prepares to defend his Intercontinental title against the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, at SummerSlam.
Thank you much.
Oh, stop! Breathe! Oh, the content! I don't care Steve for one more. I don't care Steve for one more. No, we are more than one. We are
Fired up Seth freaking Rollins, 7 days here for the main event, taking on the Judgment Day.
I'm telling you, no. You're not calming down.
Well, for now, the man of the people has arrived in Houston, Texas.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Dublin, Ireland, the man, Becky Lynch.
You want me to get you a bucket so you can drool for the next 90 seconds or so? Go ahead, kid.
You stop the off yourself. What a way it was. 50 minutes from my last week on Raw secured a rematch with the famed WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. Becky joins us next right here on Raw, and I'm happy about it.
The city of brotherly love. It's got its own beach. The birthplace of America.
And just 4 days before Roman Reigns puts his Undisputed Championship and Tribal Chieftain on the line, he's going to be appearing on First Take on ESPN tomorrow, 11:15 a.m. Eastern, with Stephen A. Smith. Folks, going to take you back to earlier tonight here on Monday.
SummerSlam. Rhodes Lesnar 3. Please welcome the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody, we saw what happened earlier. I have to ask, will you be able to compete this Saturday at SummerSlam?
Byron, Brock Lesnar could break my arm again. Could break my ribs, could break my jaw. The brutality that Brock Lesnar has brought to me at SummerSlam, I bring to him. At SummerSlam, the aura of Brock Lesnar, of the Beast, gets shattered.
The American Nightmare fired up.
Becky Lynch was certainly fired up last week. A must-win match against the pugnacious Zoe Stark to ensure a rematch against the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. Manhandle slam. Becky will get the W.
And well, Houston, I've said everything I needed to say.
And I have done everything I needed to do to get my rematch with Trish Stratus. And now, well, there ain't nothing left to do but do it. And I can't think of a better place than here. And I can't think of a better time than now. So come on out here, Patricia, and let's throw down in Houston, Texas.
Mitch wants a fight and she wants it now.
Oh, yes.
You know, I thought, I'm going to do this match right here, right now. But then I thought, you don't get to tell me when I have this match. Nobody tells me when to fight.
Hello.
Yes,
Hi.
there's some fluke. You beat Zoe Stark. Yes, you get your rematch, but I will tell you when. Look, I'm not gonna cheat you out of your rematch, okay? The one thing I'm not is a cheater, unlike the Astros. It's true though, it's just, you know, you guys, it's just facts.
Really?
Yeah.
This Thursday, and she and me, it's all changing. Grateful on it seems like, you know, as we sit here, I don't know if you can see all that.
Yeah, from Davey Arbor. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Wait a minute. Tomorrow morning, Roman Reigns, first take, Stephen A. Smith, ESPN. Thursday morning, Today's Show with Cody Rhodes on NBC.
Now
Yeah.
we'll see you Wednesday. Wait, we won't see you for Wednesday, but we will see you for Saturday for the return of.
Oh, yes. Ricky Starks against CM Punk. Special referee, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yep. Will he come out with his WWE thing, or will he come out with the thing
God damn.
that we heard before? But Michael is actually happy for him that he's coming back this Saturday night, because Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is Michael Paul's wrestler from the 80s. When him and Macho Man fought for the Intercontinental title